backyard is in desperate need of a makeover. After a brutal Texas summer, lots of fall flash floods, and even a few winter freezes, this backyard needs a major facelift like never before. So here's our plan. We're gonna do 4 massive projects with the goal of transforming our backyard into a dreamy oasis before summertime hits. And that's where this little guy comes into play. Look at him. Our sponsor of today's video, Dreame, came through and sent us their Z1 Pro robotic pool cleaner. And this thing is pretty stinking cool. Not only will it clean your whole pool at the click of a button.
You're just making him do tricks now. He's doing 360s.
But does it also have Spider-Man wall climbing ability?
Bro, you're crazy.
But before we send the Z1 on a pool cleaning mission, let's go back in time a little bit. Some of you may remember that 2 summers ago, Andrea had the wild idea of taking this unused corner of our backyard and building an above ground pool oasis. But because this part of the yard was on a slope, we had to do some serious work to get it leveled and ready for a pool. We started by taking turns tilling, raking, and shoveling the area, which was a beast of a task.
Hold on to her, darling!
I'm like dripping sweat.
But eventually, with a lot of sweating and a lot of shoveling, we got it leveled. Then we simply had to assemble the pool and fill it up, which our kids were pretty pumped on.
All right, the pool is up.
The only problem with this setup is we didn't think about how the lovely shade-giving trees around the pool would constantly drop tons of little goodies into the pool. And we also didn't think about how much dirt the kids would drag in with their feet. And we've done our best to keep up with maintenance, but now, almost 2 years later, this pool is desperately in need of a deep cleaning. And so it's time for our little robot friend to get to work.
Go, buddy.
Go, buddy.
It's like a little tank.
Look at him.
This thing has dual brushless motors and a really impressive 8,000 gallon per hour suction power. So it can pretty effortlessly filter out all of the debris and dirt and leaves and even fine sand from the bottom of our pool.
Nice.
Not only does it do an exceptional job at filtering out even the tiny particles, but its dual brushing system vigorously scrubs the floors and the walls, effectively removing dirt and debris that our other vacuums haven't been able to get.
Look at him go. You just hit a button and let him go, right?
You can literally see like a clean path behind it. That's so satisfying. So one of my favorite features about this vacuum in particular is it has enhanced water line cleaning.
What does that mean?
That's like the top edge of the pool where the water line is.
Okay, I got it.
But I haven't seen really any other vacuums that do it as well as this one, and that's like the dirtiest part of our pool. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Like literally, it's crazy to watch this thing like go up walls. I feel like he's literally Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying?
That is
he has
pretty nuts.
Spider-Man capabilities.
It's like a little tank in there, and it can climb up the wall, but it doesn't just stay, it gets partially out of the water even, so it really is getting the water line. This is the world's first robotic pool cleaner with a triple surround fusion perception system, their PoolSense technology, which allows it to optimize a pool cleaning route. This system utilizes a surround fusion approach, seamlessly integrating advanced sensing technologies such as ultrasound, 3D structured light, and TOF to deliver comprehensive environmental awareness. That's basically a lot of high-tech words to say it's very aware of its surrounding, it's able to map out your pool, it's able to avoid obstacles.
Hang on. Go, buddy.
It's able to avoid obstacles like your pool ladder or lights or other things that you might have, and
nice.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty fancy for a pool vacuum.
Shamancy.
So when I put it in for the first time, it made a map of our entire pool so that the next time it cleans more efficiently, and for the floors, it basically does an S pattern back and forth on the whole thing, and then on the walls, it does an N pattern so that it can get that water line really clean. And the efficiency-loving part of me is really liking this.
Okay, hang on, babe. He's making a.
He's doing breaching. The N pattern.
He's breaching in an N pattern, right next to the rubber ducky.
If you have a pool that's bigger than ours, like with a deep end and a shallow end, or maybe it just has like an irregular shape, you can actually set up zoning with your robots, and obviously our pool doesn't really need that, it's one giant circle, but it is a cool feature. I do, however, like that I can choose what it's gonna clean, so if I want it to focus on just the floor, it'll do that, or if I want it to focus on just the walls, it can do that, nice. Or I can even have it focus on just the water line, and you can do that from the app or even on the robot itself. It has a little like simple menu to where you can push what you want it to clean, or just do a standard cleaning, of course, where it cleans everything.
So are we calling it a robot now?
Is it on the ladder?
I thought we were calling it Little Buddy.
matter?
What
He's
do you
trying
mean?
to get out.
Yeah, you think he wants to come out and play? Because he's like a robot, right?
He is. He's kind of cute.
Working his way around the pool while we just stand here.
He's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job. I feel like we should be like, action, and we are cleaning. Look at us clean and do the thing. But he's just kind of doing the thing, and we're just watching him do the thing.
I still can't believe that it can actually climb the walls in our above ground pool. Like, that's crazy.
It's rather impressive.
It's also the world's first cordless robotic pool cleaner with a poolside operable remote controller. All right, so I can control it with these buttons around here. So look, I'm gonna make it go backwards. That's pretty cool. I can literally like put it where I want to in the pool, and then I could tell it to spot clean that area if I feel like it missed an area. I feel like I've had times where I'm watching like our pool vacuums, you know, clean, and I'm like, hey, you missed a big spot and I want it to go over there, but I can't do anything about it. But now I'm like, now I totally can. I can put it exactly where I want and be like, clean that area right there.
You're just making him do tricks now? He's doing 360s?
We're doing tricks. Here's my last trick. I don't want to have to try and fish this thing out with a hook, so
okay.
I can actually make it come to the side of the pool over here.
Robot, come. He's ready for you to get him. Good boy.
He's like,
good boy.
It's kind of like a pet. Another thing I love about this vacuum is it has a super user-friendly filter basket. I literally push a button here, it pops open, pull it out, which I love because I don't know what is up with a lot of pool vacuum brands, but so many of the filters are such a pain to get in and out, and it literally, like, that one thing is such a deterrent for me, like wanting to put the vacuum in and out, because I'm like, I hate having to mess with the filter, but look how easy this is. Look at that. That is like such a fine mesh. I love that.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, huh?
The Z1 also has 4 hours of working time and cleans up to 2,160 feet, which obviously is way more than we need for our pool, but that's a pretty good sized pool.
Yeah, that's a big boy pool.
It's great for in-ground pools, obviously above ground pools. It can handle saltwater pools or chlorine pools like ours.
Saltwater
pools or chlorine pools like ours.
Okay, all right. We use them down there.
So all around, I don't have any complaints, and I've been really impressed with its cleaning ability so far. So if you're in the market for a pool vacuum, I will leave the link for this one in the description below.
So after letting our little buddy do his work and doing a little netting of our own,
Look, y'all are a team. You're a pool cleaning duo.
I need a net that gets all the fine particles out like the vacuum does.
Dude, no doubt.
this pool is the cleanest it's been in nearly 2 years. And our mission to get this thing summer swim ready was a big success. Which means that we're now ready to tackle backyard project number 3. And this project will definitely be our biggest and most challenging quest yet. So thanks for watching. Thanks to Dreame for sponsoring this video. And if you want to get your hands on a Z1 Pro, then be sure to check out our links in the description.